Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are joining us from across the globe. We are back again with another ESG livecast webinar. My name is Norulen Zafar and I'm representing the organization that you see here, Mindworks International. We are really delighted, and for those of you who know that we do keep doing these livecast webinars as an initiative to help support all of our country in having discussions around ESG. So let me first of all start off with the collaborators. Really proud that the Brown Network took the initiative to start off on this mission. So the team is here. We're also joined with IFRS Lab, who's been working into the sustainability domain for quite some time. We have Cognition Hub and we have HermesNet, and I did mention Mindworks International. And for this particular live cast, we also have the Global Tech Innovations, who are also joining us as organizers. Today's sector, what are we going to talk about? Something that's been a really pressing issue, and I think the timing for anybody in the country could not be more right when SECP has introduced ESG Sustain, which is going to be the place and the biggest, I think, intervention in terms of getting not only conversation started, but also making practices more adoptive, more sharing of best practices that can then take place as part of not only corporate organizations but at the regulator level. Like we've always mentioned, that it starts off from the top and then it trickles down to everybody else who has to follow in. So here we have a stellar panel today that we are going to talk about. And yes, since I told you, and I'm forgetting, I think, but what we are going to study today, because like those of you who are here know that we're talking a lot about sectoral best practices, and today's sector that we are focusing on is the real estate and the you can see it right at the back, and the construction sector. So today's topic, anybody who is working in the real estate domain and in the construction sector globally, internationally also, there are a lot of practices, but in Pakistan specifically, we are a country that is very rich in the real estate sector. We do feel that it goes up and down, but as far as linking profitability with best practices is concerned, it's really heartening. And we would go, as we go through the session today, the webinar, we'll be able to see a lot of discussions come in from our panel. So for those of you who are joining us live on our Facebook and LinkedIn pages, just feel free to ask in any questions and join in the conversations. Here I'd like to just hop on to introduce to you Osman Saab, who's representing IFRS Lab, and him and I and the rest of the team and the rest of the speakers have these conversations multiple times. Osman Saab, just setting up the key, I think the keynote for today, and just setting the scene. Is the timing right for us to have these concerted conversations? What do you think?
Assalamu alaikum, and thank you, Noor, for the introduction. Yes, the timing is right, and this is the best time in relation to, looking at ESG compliance in relation to the real estate and construction sector. I mean, as far as I am concerned, in today's discussion, we will highlight the crucial role ESG principles play in transforming our industry. And we will explore how sustainability no longer is just a compliance requirement, but a strategic driving value creation for the sector, which starts from the sustainability design to renewable energy adaptation and transparent reporting. These are the building blocks of a resilient and future-ready real estate and construction sector. So I would, just to give you an overview of what the speakers may talk about today is the integration of environmental consideration into every stage of the project life cycle. Um, Also, like you mentioned, the role that SECP is playing in relation to governance and ethical practices to ensure long term stakeholder trust. And then, last but not least, the tangible effects or the benefits of social initiatives that prioritize community engagement and workforce well being. So, a lot of us talk about the E and the S and the G, So, ultimately, the whole idea behind ESG compliance is that, we are able to transform uh, all these practices into tangible benefits for our sector and the for the community. So I welcome all the participants and the speakers in today's session, and I look forward to hearing detailed insights from all the speakers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Usman Saab. I think rightly put up that in this sector there's always been a lot of talk, and yes, I think that the speakers that we have would be able to talk a lot about the stakeholders' interest, the stakeholders' value, and in addition, I think what we'll also like to focus on is, and what the feedback that we have gone from other webinars as well is that how do we train how do we get from a green wishing to an actual implementation of the different initiatives that organizations are taking. So let me quickly introduce our speaker lineup. I know that some of our speakers are struggling with the internet, but let us go ahead and see that how everything just turns out. So absolutely delighted to have Sayed Jabran Hashmi, the CEO of Encon Grenay in January. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Jabran. He's the CEO of the organization. Thank you so much for being here, Jabran.
Thank you very much. So kind of you. So kind of you.
Next up, we have Engineer Asad Yusuf Saab, the Deputy Director Infrastructure with RUDA. So let me put him online. Thank you so much, Asad Saab. I hope you can hear us all okay.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks a lot, ma'am. It's a great honor to be a part of this esteemed panel. And thank you very much, Brown Network, for giving me an opportunity to talk on this very pertinent matter, ESG, and which is now going to be a mandatory compliance in the coming days.
Absolutely. Yeah, we will be talking more about that. Asad, thank you so much for joining in. Next up, we have Muhammad Ali Nasir, who's the CTP GM Sustainability Capital Smart City. Ali Saab, thank you so much for taking out time for joining us all here.
Thank you for having me.
And if you're thinking the panel is completed, not yet. Next up we have Mr. Imran Ali Sultan, the program director with Punjab Affordable Housing Society program. So there we go, Imran. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Thank you. And creating diversity along with me, because I hear this a lot that most ESG conversations are with men around. Not at all, gentlemen. We do have a lot of women also who are contributing on this subject. So, completing the diversity angle, which is one of the important aspects of the ESG discussions, as well as Miss Bushra Khan, the associate Ruida Himayat architect. There we go, Bushra.
Assalamu alaikum ji. Thank you for the invitation and thank you for creating awareness. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, Bushra. All right, so there you go. There we have the panel, which is right in front of you, and we are going to have a discussion where we focus on the different aspects of ESG. So let us build up the conversation pieces, and let us just start off by introducing that the real estate and the construction sector specifically comes under a lot of the radar. And Gibran, I'll start off with you. If you can tell us, coming from the private sector, and what kind of the radar? There's always a pressure. We always say that the real estate practices needs to be more resilient, more accommodative of let's say the sustainability disclosures. तो वो radar में जब आते हैं तो ESG real estate के construction में, actually real estate or construction में, what do you think should be the main core principles that organizations should be focusing on? You're muted. We can't hear you.
Yeah. Am I good?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Noor. Regarding the radar that we are under nowadays, the thing is that when you're introducing green buildings or sustainability into any country, you have to have a set of bylaws circulating around those guidelines of the green buildings. Unfortunately, in Pakistan, there are no bylaws according to it. And even if you're working with some private companies, some big groups also, they want to have green buildings, they want to have sustainability, but they don't want to spend on it. You see, that's the main problem we are facing right now. Secondly, the material. As a contractor, when we go out and we sort the material, especially for the green buildings, for example, I'm talking about insulation. There's hardly one or two companies, those are making insulation in Pakistan. So the material is not there. The expectations are high. People think once we are going for the green building, we can achieve net zero energy building, but it's not like that. Sustainability or pursuing to the green building is a process. It's not like one day you'll wake up and you'll have green buildings around you. It's a complete process that you have to go through. And again, the problem is that people don't want to spend on green buildings. We have other priorities right now. If you're talking about big clients, they want to show off things in their houses or in their offices. But when you actually talk about the investment that they're going to do in green buildings, they are not so sure. Recently, in 2024 and 2023, people now have started to talk about it, and they have started to gain some knowledge about green buildings from the social media. But the thing is, when you go on social media, YouTube, anything, we have architects, we have got engineers over here, they'll confirm it, that every design is different for every other area of the world. For example, if you're living in Europe, I'll give you a small example. They don't want draft. And we Pakistani, we love drafts. So you cannot take those principles, those guidelines, and implement in Pakistan. So these are the problems that we are facing regarding the radar that we are under. There is no radar right now for green buildings, to be very frank. So you talk about guidelines, you talk about bylaws. There are no bylaws regarding green building. There is no essential R value that you have to accommodate. There is no essential U value that you have to accommodate right now. But I think Asad Bhai jaise log abhi hain yahan par, who is going to work on it very soon about it. And soon, once the guidelines and the bylaws are in place, then we'll be under radar.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gibran, and rightly put out that when we are equating it with creating investment, तो वो कोई अच्छी चीज बनाने के लिए फिर उसको investment और उसमें जितना हम कहते हैं कि management input भी चाहिए, organizations को भी ready होना चाहिए.
Of course.
Recently, and I'll try to share a research report as well that I was reading on the real estate sector in the United States, and Asad Saab was there also on that webinar that we were doing, and a lot of the discussion around there was around the fact that we try to align it with the community benefit, और लोगों के अंदर जो awareness आए वो इस तरफ से आए कि जी community भी तो impact कर रही है और उसके ऊपर भी positive impact आ रहा है. असद साहब, let me go on to you कि जहाँ पे बात होती है urban development की, तो वहाँ पे जो जबरान साहब कह रहे हैं कि जी वॉलंटरी अडॉप्शन और फिर उसको मैंडेट करना, तो आपके एक्सपीरियंस में अर्बन डेवलपमेंट के कोई बाय लॉज ऐसे हैं जिनको हम अडेप्ट कर सकें या अडॉप्ट कर सकें, जहाँ पे फिर जो प्राइवेट कंपनीज भी जो कम्युनिटीज बना रही हैं, उधर कंस्ट्रक्शंस कर रही हैं, या जो कमर्शियल बिल्डिंग्स बन रही हैं, हाउसिंग बिल्डिंग्स बन रही हैं, उनके ऊपर इन एलिमेंट्स का ख्याल किया जाए.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nulan. Or I totally concur with Mr. Gibran as said that green building is actually not that you wake up someday and you say, I'm going to for sustainability. Green building and sustainability is a lifestyle, and it's go with you your life. As far as your question is concerned, के bylaws वगैरह को बनने, let's first talk about bylaws से पहले there must be some standard. So for some, when we are talking about an urban development, so we must first to dig out what are the prevailing standards of sustainable development available internationally or locally. Then we have to see and scrutinize those standards, and then we have to make these standards align with our circle or our local laws. So let me tell you very quickly that I'm a lead certified, I'm a lead AP from US Green Community Council, and in Ravi City, we are developing Ravi City. You all know about Ruda. We are developing Ravi City, and we are going for lead certification of that whole city. What does it mean? That lead, we have assessed the ecology, the environment of the city. We have assessed the transportation of the city. We have assessed the water management, wastewater management, solid waste management, quality of views, lighting, pollution, connectivity, whatsoever it is. So these all things we have aligned with the guidelines of US Green Building Council. Now let me tell you what are the guidelines. There are some sustainability highlights which I want to share with you. Let me just open one of my things. Uh, Green building standard says that there must be per capita green space of 121 square feet per person in your locality. Now, Ruda, Ravi City is providing 251 square feet green space per person. Also, we have total, estimated the emissions. We have a complete master plan intact with us. We have estimated the emission of each building and everything, and this comes out to be 3.62 tons per year per capita, and this is one of the wonderful performance as per the USGBC guidelines. All the all the storm water coming in the Ravi City shall be disposed directly into the river. So there are other sustainable practices. So now with these standards, we are now making it bylaws. Now, whatever the developer is coming to Ruda, we are bounding them. Hello, can you hear us, Nulan?
Yes, yes, we can.
Yeah, yes, sorry. So we are now developing the bylaws and regulations. Now we are what we are encouraging our developers that if the building within the Ravi City jurisdiction is LEED certified, we will give them incentives on floor area ratio. For instance, if a building is LEED certified, तो वो जो है वो 14-15 मंजिले बना सकता है. Usually we don't allow construction up to 10 stories. हम उसको incentive देंगे. Then we will give them that tax rebate. So this is where the laws come. Also, the what a bylaw we are also implementing. We are endorsing that every house that will be constructing to a Ravi City jurisdiction that must have green roofing. So if he would have the person owner will have green roofing, we will give him a tax rebate. We will also implementing a comprehensive solid waste management system in the Ruda. Segregation of waste, collection of waste, segregation of different type of waste we're implementing. So basically what I need to tell you is that the bylaws, first we have to adopt a standard, then we have to mix and make that standard in coherence with our local prevailing practices and attitude, then we make a bylaw. Also in Ruda, we have a plan that by 2020, we will within Ruda Ravi City jurisdiction and teenagers, we will encourage to buy them electrical vehicles, and that is in coherence with the NICA standards. Also, we will encourage our teenagers that they must use the solar power, green energy. We will also give incentives on that. So also, so these are some of the things, the smart systems, everything, wastewater management. We will encourage the good faucets in the houses. We will impose them. So these are our standards. Okay, and by the way, the calculation which we have done for the Ravi City discharge and wastewater, that is also adhering to the USGBC standards. So in order to implement now the time for since our system is now capacitative in coherence with those standards, so we must have to implement and we must have to bound our teenagers that they must follow the green practices. So let me conclude this, that first we choose a standard which we have chosen, that is the LEED lead rating system, and then we will impose on our peanuts and all the people living in Ruda to follow those standards, and we will make the bylaws for that.
Thank you so much, Asad Saab. And I think this is, it's been quoted a lot, the great work that Ruda is doing, absolutely. And everybody's eyes are on the project to, then reap the returns. And I really like the fact that you mentioned कि हमेशा से ये बात हो रही है, कोई 15 सालों से तो मैं सुन रही हूँ, तो पता नहीं उससे पहले कि कब से हो रही होगी, बट ये है कि जी इंसेंटिवाइज करें, जहाँ पे वॉलंटरी अडॉप्शन भी हो रही है, या जहाँ पे जो भी कोई इनिशिएटिव, कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, कोई इंडिविजुअल, कोई CSO, हुकूमत उसको इंसेंटिवाइज करे. एंड लाइक यू मेंशन्ड दैट इफ यू गेटिंग दोज इंसेंटिवाइजेशन, हम हमेशा हर वेबिनार में, हर महफिल में, जब भी हमारे रिस्पेक्टेड स्पीकर्स बैठे हैं, आप सब लोग, हमेशा ये बात हुई है कि जी वो प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी का जब आप एंगल दिखाते हैं और बेनिफिट का एंगल दिखाते हैं जो कि मॉनेटरी रिटर्न में हो, तो फिर उसका ट्रिकल डाउन इफेक्ट भी आता है. आई वाज अबाउट टू कम टू इमरान साहब बिकॉज आई वांटेड टू आस्क हिम कि जो दूसरी हाउसिंग एसोसिएशंस है उसमें क्या काम हो रहा है. बट लेट मी मूव ऑन टू Bushra, you कि as somebody who's working as construction associates, and you are in the business, तो जहाँ पे हम stakeholder की awareness और involvement की बात करते हैं, what has your experience been that how is there a mentality or a mindset change in which you are getting more and more, I would say, not really business, but more and more inclination and consciousness coming in from the consumer when they are looking at कि यार चलें आप मेरी जो कंस्ट्रक्शन मटेरियल बना रहे हैं, जो वायरिंग लगा रहे हैं मेरे घर में, उसके ऊपर ज़्यादा फोकस करें या उसकी सस्टेनेबिलिटी के ऊपर फोकस करें.
जी, thank you, Noor. The thing is that as far as a real estate developer is concerned, जिनके साथ मैंने काम already किया हुआ है, do you mind if I speak in Urdu, or is it
No, not at all.
is it
Not at all. No,
okay.
not at all. Feel free,
Okay.
ji.
Okay. The thing is as far as all of these big companies are concerned, they are only concerned about the revenue that they are going to generate with that building. That's the fact of the matter. There is nothing more to it. As far as आपके general users of the building are concerned, there is a very low proportion of your client that asks for, I would like to live in a mud building, or I would want a smart system that will make my life easier. And as far as abhi, I was listening to Jibran Saab also regarding the आपके जो bylaws state करते हैं, and Asad Saab also. It is absolutely correct that we have no bylaws. The bylaws that we follow come mainly, as far as the building structure is concerned, they mainly come from the structural consultant point of view, or how much area we can consume of the plot. But as far as anything related to building material or the way the construction should be done, there is no such bylaw. I would also like to state here that I am the executive committee member of the Institute of Architects of Pakistan. And recently, they have done an MOU with Building Energy Research Center, who are working with NICA to get these bylaws approved through our the local authorities like CDA और LDA. अभी जो असद साहब बात कर रहे थे, एग्जैक्टली वो यही बात थी. एक तरीका आपका ये है कि आप उसको सर्टन कर दें कि ये आपने करना ही करना है. दूसरा तरीका ये है कि आर यू क्रिएटिंग अवेयरनेस फॉर दैट. For example, it's a very small thing that you can your single fan consumes around 80 watts of electricity, but if you replace it with a DC inverter fan, it will consume 30 watts of electricity. So you're basically reducing 30% of your electricity bill just through replacing your fans. तो इस तरह की जितनी भी चीजें हैं वो हमें पता नहीं है. लेकिन अगर इस स्टेप को जो असद साहब ने बात की और जो जिब्रान साहब ने बात की, इस स्टेप को अगर एक step आगे लेकर जाया जाए, why can't we go into traditional materials that were used hundreds of years ago? Why can't we go into passive cooling? Why can't we use rainwater harvesting, which we don't. That's the fact. But if we start creating awareness and cost versus benefit आप समझाना शुरू करें अगर अपने client को कि भाई this is how you're spending right now. For example, if you're spending maybe 30% more than the regular आपकी जो building techniques हैं उनसे ज्यादा आप अभी के लिए कर रहे हैं, लेकिन within 3 years of time जो आपको वापस मिलना है उसका कोई नेमुल बदल नहीं है. You're helping yourself also and your community also. और दूसरी बात ये कि हमने ट्राई किया कि हम मड कंस्ट्रक्शन करते हैं. उसके लिए सबसे पहले हमने ढूंढा कि यहाँ पे मड कंस्ट्रक्शन हुई कहाँ कहाँ है. First we found out the techniques. This is a few years ago, by the way. We found out कि Telenor की building है which has been given green building certification, उनको मिली हुई है already, जो कि यहाँ गुलबर्ग ग्रीन्स में है. I don't know if any one of you have heard of it or not. And we found out कि उन्होंने rammed earth use की हुई है. तो हमने थोड़ी सी रिसर्च की. We met with the architect. We had a whole panel. हमने उनको बुलाया कराची से. हमने कहा कि आप अपनी exhibit करें, बच्चों को सिखाएं. When he came and he said कि ये जितनी walls बनी हुई हैं ये decorative walls हैं. They have nothing to do with structure and they spend extra money on it. तो एक ये भी बात है कि अगर आपको मटेरियल अवेलेबल है, डू यू हैव द लेबर, डू यू हैव द मींस टू एग्जीक्यूट ऑल ऑफ दोस थिंग्स, व्हिच अनफॉर्चुनेटली यू डोंट. तो अभी एज फार एज द आर्किटेक्चरल कम्युनिटी इज कंसर्न्ड, हमारे डिफरेंट एसोसिएशंस में बहुत ज्यादा ये डिस्कशंस तो हो रही हैं, लेकिन अभी तक अनफॉर्चुनेटली कोई ऐसी चीज नहीं आई जिसको हम रेगुलेट करा सकें. दैट इज वाई इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ आर्किटेक्ट्स डिड MOU विद बर्क. और बर्क जो है इज बेसिकली फंडेड बाय जर्मन्स. उनके साथ हम ये कर रहे हैं कि वी आर सेटिंग अप वर्कशॉप्स फॉर rammed earth, which is basically a wall built out of soil. प्रेशर के साथ आप उसको करते जाते हैं. व्हाट डू यू कॉल, देयर इज अ होल प्रोसेस ऑफ इट. और उसके बाद वो वॉल खड़ी होती है, फिर हम रूफ पर आएंगे, फिर हम उसकी फ्लोरिंग पर आएंगे. तो स्टेप बाय स्टेप वी आर ट्राइंग टू डू इट. मगर बात ये होती है कि आई एम देयर फॉर 2 years, उसके बाद उसको कौन लेके चलेगा. तो फिर हम यहाँ तक भी आ गए हैं कि हम अपने लिए एक घर बना लें जो कि इन टेक्निक्स पे अप्लाई हो. बट देन अगेन CDA इज नॉट गोइंग टू अलाउ दैट. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out of CDA and RDA's jurisdiction. उसके लिए हमें शहर से बाहर निकलना पड़ेगा. So you understand it's a whole complex thing which we have been going through the past few years. लेकिन हम उसको अपने तरीके, अपने एंड पर कहीं ना कहीं करना चाह रहे हैं कि हम एटलीस्ट बना के दिखा तो सकें ताकि वो अवेयरनेस तो क्रिएट हो सके. एंड यू नो आई मेट सो मेनी पीपल who have said that I would love to live in a mud house, but obviously it doesn't need to be कि जो यास्मीन लारी काम कर रही हैं सिंध में उस स्टैंडर्ड का ना हो, वो फिर मेरे लाइफस्टाइल से भी मिलता जुलता हो. And from the research that we have done, it is possible. It's not कि possible नहीं है, लेकिन हमारे रास्ते में अगर कोई ना आ जाए और हमें करने ना दे तो ये और बात है. तो I think it all boils down. जी, तो ये कोशिश एक जारी है. लेट्स सी कहाँ तक पहुंचती है. मे बी इफ यू कॉन्टेक्ट मी इन अनदर 2 years and I should be able to give you something more, something greater than
absolutely.
this.
So Bushra, thank you so much for highlighting a very important point, and I'm going to pick up your previous point first because I think that's really important in terms of the longevity of the projects. Alisa, smart city की जब हम बात करते हैं, I remember capital smart city का वो जो claim था ना, that the first smart city in Pakistan, right? Now that was a huge tall claim, but वो इतने अरसे की एक जिस तरह बुशरा कह रही हैं कि उस पर रिसर्च भी हुई है, उसमें आपकी कोलैबोरेशंस भी थी, फिर उसमें एक ये चीज को असेस करना कि भाई एक कंज्यूमर की डिमांड है और फिर हम क्या सप्लाई कर सकते हैं और वो बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस इन टर्म्स ऑफ लॉन्जेविटी क्या है. सो it's really heartening. I think we've all somehow witnessed where the smart city concept has come from. But Ali साहब, आप ग्राउंड अप ये बताइए कि जो इतनी assessments हुई और जो इतनी collaborations की, you guys as you know developing the concept, और अब फ्यूचर प्लान्स क्या है, उनमें क्या हर्डल्स आए और फिर उनमें से क्या चीजें ऐसी हैं जो अब आपको लगता है कि आने वाले कुछ सालों में बेहतर हो जाएंगी?
Thank you, Nurul, and thank you once again for having me. Uh, yes, जो आपकी बात बिल्कुल ठीक है. It's a very a huge claim that the only smart city in Pakistan, but the complete claim is the only sustainable and smart city of Pakistan. Acha, it's been like more than 2 years that I'm been associated with this organization. And मेरा शुरू में जब मैंने ज्वाइन किया, then I have a same perception of them as other real estate developers. But my perception has been totally changed. This is the only real estate development company in Pakistan. I take pride in stating that, which has a dedicated sustainability department, a dedicated head of sustainability department. ये सुनने में it sounds very normal, but it is not. ये बिल्कुल ऐसा कोई कॉन्सेप्ट किसी भी रियल एस्टेट डेवलपमेंट कंपनी इन पाकिस्तान में ये प्रिवेल नहीं करता. और बिल्कुल जैसे बुशरा साहिबा ने फरमाया कि जो बेसिक फोकस है, जो प्राइमरी, व्हाट यू कैन नॉट द बेसिक, द प्राइमरी फोकस ऑफ एनी रियल एस्टेट डेवलपर है, दैट इज रेवेन्यू एंड द प्रॉफिट. और इसमें within the sustainability, you need to invest upfront to gain the benefits afterwards. And this spending or investment, nobody wants to do that because it depletes their profits. So and nobody want to let go its financial aspect. अब इसमें the most important thing is that matter is that if you are really committed to sustainability and sustainable development, then you incorporate, as Asad Saab ne farmaya, as Yusuf Saab ne, you incorporate your sustainable development pillars into the urban planning, the town planning. What is sustainable development pillars? What are the sustainable development pillars? Is three pillars. One is economic, other is social and environmental. And this is what we have incorporated in our town planning, that we will manage all these three pillars from the day first. And this is what we have done. We have implemented the robust, first of all, the most important factor is that who the relevant development authorities of the government provide NOCs, and their NOCs comes with a lot of conditions, and one of the condition is that you need to allocate 7% of total land that you're going to develop as a green land. All right, this is the minimum obligation we have. But if we are truly uh, as everybody says that, and you yourself mentioned that we talk too much about sustainability, but when it comes to the practicality, nobody wants to invest, nobody wants to do anything. So this obligation of 7%, we have allocated more than 300% more than the obligation. So we have allocated 32% of the green land of the total land that we have developed. So this is the investment, in-kind investment from our directors, shareholders towards environment, towards sustainability. So we are trying to build not a society. We are building a city actually that caters all the three segments of sustainable development, which ultimately leads to a well-being of the community. Nowadays people want to move to the community where there is a lot of focus on sustainability. Unfortunately it is not there, but we take a pride in that we have developed and we are developing such a sustainable city. I have a lot of other examples. We have built and developed Pakistan's largest water treatment plant. That water treat in collaboration with Germany, German firm. That plant not only treats rainwater but also has the capacity to collect and treat gray water and send it back to the houses. And our tap water is drinkable. In Pakistan, the only tap water is drinkable is of Capital Smart City. So, but how it become possible? We have investment in the deployment of the gray and black water infrastructure throughout the 12,000 acres. So it requires a lot of investments to deploy separate lines for gray water and black water. We are developing a separate black water treatment plant which treats the water, and the treated water would be used for the irrigation purposes. So there are a lot of other initiatives that we have taken, and the most important point is that with the passage of time, uh, we thought that we should also um, collaborate with the green certification bodies. We are the founding members of Pakistan Green Building Council, affiliated with World Green Building Council. We are the member of US Green Building Council, and all our verticals, as Asasab just mentioned, that they have made it obligation on all the developers that of their verticals would be green certified. If I understand it correctly, Asasab.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So, and all of our verticals would be green certifications. We are, uh, uh, there are two verticals that are in process, and both of them are registered in LEED online platform. We have developed and maintained um, almost 12 plus water reservoirs that collect the rainwater through a robust rainwater and flood management system. So, with the passage of time, we have developed the infrastructure, deployed the infrastructure based on sustainable development pillars. Then the second stage is we are now collaborating with the experts, the certification bodies, the that how we can make it more better. So this is how we are going to do in future as well. So we keep on innovating, we keep on doing a lot of things that contributes towards sustainability.
Thank you so much, Alisab. I think a very holistic view, and what I hear from you is, and what generally is the discussion is कि रियल एस्टेट के अंदर वो जो 360 का एलिमेंट है वो इतना वास्ट है from not only building to then looking at
Yeah.
HVAC, looking at insulations, looking at what kind of architectural design is being used, what kind of then different aspects of it. असद साहब ने भी ये mention किया कि फिर जब वो cities आबाद भी करनी है तो फिर उनका देखना कि अब वो चलनी कैसे है और उसके अंदर
Exactly.
सस्टेनेबिलिटी और जो वहाँ की बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस जो लोगों को
Yeah.
आपने ना सिर्फ अवेयरनेस देके बल्कि उनको उस एक आई वुड से इन्वायरमेंट का हिस्सा बना के कि वो भी इतने
Yes.
कॉन्शियस हो के
Yes.
अपनी प्रैक्टिसेस को इम्प्लीमेंट भी करें सो
If you
दैट्स
allow me, if you
हार्टनिंग टू
allow me,
जी
if you allow me, as you have mentioned that what we have learned from the past, um, we again take pride in, and I really take pride in sharing that our real estate development company, who is developing our own sustainable city, has been is one of the top 15 uh, real estate development companies of the world that has acquired ISO certifications for smart city operating model, sustainable development management system, smart infrastructures, smart community infrastructures, and two sustainability related segments. One is environmental management system, and other is occupational safety and health. So these kind of certifications, uh, the international standard bodies has acknowledged that what we have been doing is in accordance with the international standard of sustainability.
बिल्कुल ठीक जी। आई डिड पिक दैट अप सर, कि जो हम लीड की बात कर रहे हैं कि सबसे ज्यादा जो क्रिटिसिज्म जो जो आता है जनरली यूरोप के बाद, पाकिस्तान तो खैर रेडार पे लिस्ट में काफी अभी नीचे है, बट जब हम की प्लेयर्स से देखते हैं और यूरोप के साथ अगर बेंचमार्क करें या यूएस के साथ करें, चाइना के साथ करें, तो एटलीस्ट हमें एक वो बेंचमार्क और स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट दोनों केसेस में जो कॉमन प्रैक्टिस आ रही है वो लीड की आ रही है। इमरान साहब, लेट मी मूव ऑन टू यू, बिकॉज हम हाउसिंग की बात कर रहे हैं, स्कीम्स की बात कर रहे हैं, एंड अ लॉट ऑफ गुड बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस कमिंग आउट। सो सर, हम जब पंजाब हाउसिंग की बात करते हैं तो वहाँ पे व्हाट आर सम ऑफ द बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस दैट यू हैव अडॉप्टेड एज एज एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, ताकि उन सारी चीज़ों को हम मद्देनजर रखें, और कौन से स्टैंडर्ड्स, कौन से बेंचमार्क हैं जिनको आपने फॉलो किया है?
Thank you, Ms. Noshin. Just let me clarify one thing, that our program name is Punjab Affordable Housing Program. So we are basically World Bank funded program, and currently our PMIU, Program Management and Implementation Unit, that is housed under Housing and Urban Development Department of Punjab. So much of the talk and discussion that had been, we've seen from the industry leaders, from the private sector, that planning, they are not planning standard. We are lacking in the building control systems, building codes we have not made. So our effort is to trying to be a part of solution from the government side. Quickly, let me tell you some of the finances that we are $250 million program, and that is being given to Government of Punjab through the World Bank. And we are trying to come up with a three-dimensional reforms agenda. So one is that development of certain information system that is going to help our program to keep it transparent, open. So the three systems are housing market information system, program management, and beneficiary management. Number two, that I think the most important impact is that developing that kind of ecosystem or transforming legal regime in a way that if whenever the World Bank returns, we are still, the government is still able to continue with the transformation in affordable housing. So for that, changing the planning standards, uh, changing the laws, rules, regulations. So these all are part of very much our program. And the last important thing, that till the time you don't deliver any housing, we are not going to reduce the gap of housing, and that we can't improve the quality and quantity. So that's why the aim of our program is that we are trying to come up with around 100,000 housing units in next 3 to 4 years in Punjab in various districts. 70,000 housing units are market delivered units, that will be for a middle income and high income, and 40,000 for affordable housing units for the low income segments of society. So here comes the when we the title of our today's talk, that environmental and social governance. So once we talk about affordability and building up that kind of neighborhood that's mixed income, so that is that we are trying to resolve the social issues. As far as the environment is concerned, so this is the pact that Government of Punjab has signed with the World Bank, that half of housing units that will be building will be based on the green design principle. So it means that we can't bring that loan money till the time we don't show to the World Bank that these housing units have been developed under the green building designs principles. The model that we are following, and that's why the whosoever is listening from a participants also from the panel also, we request them that please do reach out to us. We'll be reaching out to them so that we can incorporate all the industry best practices. Why the three model that we are moving forward is, one is the public sector, that's the classical approach that on the state land we'll be building housing. Other is the private sector led, in which we have just couple of months back got approved from the cabinet. We call it affordable private housing scheme rules. So in which all private housings, like the capital city or any other, so if they are shaking hand with us, so they'll be bound to give 20% of their saleable residential area for affordable housing. But How we incentivizing is that this is the key, that how we brought our environmental and social governance, that in a way that we have changed the planning standards, and how we have incentivized to the planning standard. On that I come a bit later. So our third model is joint venture. We are where we're doing trying to do a public private partnership. So on the planning standards, that how we brought the environmental and social things in that. One thing, unlike other, that wherever you see LD or other development authority or local government planning standards, we have totally changed the planning standard, looking for a more mixed income, mixed use, incentivizing them by allowing them, by mentioning that we need a blue green infrastructure, we need an alternate building material, we need eco bricks, climate resilience, rainwater harvesting, alternate energy resources, or whatever has been said by a panelist. But again, that you will be obviously asking that why that any private sector society would like to actually give away the 20% of the precious land to the government. So this issue we have tried to solve is that our old planning standards only provide 30 to 40% on housing, because large chunk is going toward the roads and other emergency infrastructure. So as we have allowed them for higher densities, so we have created in a small area more saleable revenue potential, and other that we are trying to encourage them through investment also. So the 250 million, whosoever developer is trying to do these things, so we'll be funding their extra push towards the ESG framework. And lastly, that in order to bring all the industry leaders on board, 3 to 4 months back, we launched international design competition for green and affordable housing. Again, that we think that we don't have solution, we are looking for a solution. That's why that any person in academia, any person in industry, private sector, if they want to reach out to the government and help us. So again, that this is the money that is available with us. We are trying to change the laws, rules, and regulations also. And we think that we are, we want that together we are able to build then kind of governance framework. We can be socially responsible also, and environmental friendly as well. That's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Imran Saab. And I think, again, I think really it's really heartening to see that हम accept तो कर लेना कि हमारे पास सारी चीज़ों की solutions नहीं है, because and I think anything that pulls us down in terms of initiatives as well. And this was a conversation that I was recently having with a friend of mine from the Climate Finance Accelerator कि जी हमें बताएं जी, हमारे पास तो कोई आइडियाज़ ही नहीं आते, हम इतना ओपन करते हैं लोगों को और उनसे कहते हैं कि हमें आइडियाज़ दें. असद महमूद साहब, आई एम कमिंग अराउंड टू यू सर, एंड आई वांट योर थॉट्स ऑन दिस एज वेल, कि इन टर्म्स ऑफ ये वाली चीज़ के जी हमारे पास शायद फाइनेंसिंग अवेलेबल नहीं है, बट जिस तरह इमरान साहब कह रहे हैं कि he's coming in from a PPP partner, public private partnership model. Ali Saab is working with different partners. Asad Yusuf Saab is working with different partners as well. तो जहाँ पे सर बात आ जाती है कि फिर हमारे पास, असद महमूद साहब, एक्सक्यूज़ है कि हम कहें कि हमारे पास फंड्स नहीं है, या हमें उनको फंड्स को मे बी टैप इन करने का तरीका या right approach nahi aata. So what do you think? Because I know for a fact that you work with a lot of funders as well. What are they looking for, and what is the right approach that maybe the participants who are here, who are listening to us in the future also, they should maybe adopt that route and access these pockets of funds that are available? Sir, aap muted hai. No, nope. Let me unmute you. No, your microphone is still muted. Is it letting you unmute, or is it the internet maybe? I'm too scared to ask you to rejoin because आपका फिर internet नहीं चल रहा. Let me put that question to Usman sir, because
I'm
Usman sir.
here. Am I
Okay.
audible now?
All right.
Okay.
Yes, you are. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
sorry. Yeah, let me just like thank you very much. It's good to like connect with all these practitioners in the panel, and they have like really proved themselves in their fields. जब आप बात करते हैं ना जी बिल्डिंग्स रियल स्टेट एंड जो है हमारे पास सामने कंस्ट्रक्शन सेक्टर की तो पूरी वैल्यू चेन को नहीं देखा जा रहा होता जिस तरह जिब्रान साहब ने बात की है कि व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट लाइक आई वाज इन वन ऑफ द बैंकर्स इवेंट जिसमें इमरान साहब भी थे पीएमआरसी का लास्ट वीक में. So like how everyone or financing departments are defining green, like it starts from there. It starts from the basic raw materials availability, affordability aspects जिसमें ESG के elements भी आते हैं और and the direction is where we need to we need to cover all the 6 stages of construction side and then जो आपके 10 hours आजकल reuse recycling ये सारे aspects को जो है जो आपकी SCP है सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स 13. तो ये टर्मिनोलॉजीज और बजवर्ड्स और वर्ड जार्गन काफ़ी चल रहे हैं बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे actually you don't find the if you don't find the raw materials, if you don't find the right skill set laborers which can use those, which have a better understanding of using those building materials. So at the end of the day, like what's like let me just put it up like government have pledged in fact in Sindh as well SPHF जो कि 2.1 million 2.3 million housing के ऊपर focus कर रहा है but raw material availability or these things or the labor. Once I interacted, I went to the different districts of Sindh last month where I just was like analyzing the availability of critical manpower which is required to produce basic building raw materials. So that was not there. Seasonal labor was there. So the most basic material which is revolving around our housing construction sector is like the brick, and then how and the embodied energy aspects and things like that, which have to be covered. So the point is like banks are also like looking into like what's going to be called as green. State Bank of Pakistan is coming up with the green taxonomy, and where they have defined the green buildings themselves, because everything starts with the law, local law, whether whatsoever USGBC and others have stated. But at the end of the day, your local law comes in what is being adopted or by your local relevant agencies. So अभी बुशरा साहिब और बाकी इदारों ने भी बात की कि being part of different regulatory side and but I think that जो है वो private sector led interventions always pave out the way, जैसा capital smart city और बाकी रूडा की साइड से भी इंटरवेंशंस हैं. until unless like वहाँ से इंटरवेंशंस नहीं आती, जिस तरह जिब्रान साहब जैसे प्रैक्टिशनर्स हैं जो ग्रीन बिल्डिंग्स और डिफरेंट डिज़ाइंस को अप्लाई करते रहे हैं, उस्मान साहब और बाकी भी देख रहे होंगे. So the point is कि the market appetite is there for financing, but what is being going to be called as green, whether it is going to be a green at the end of the day green washing ना हो जाए, that is also another element. So there are different tools and softwares and things like that जिसको खास तौर पे इन दिनों में मैं भी बड़ा एक्टिवली देख रहा हूँ, और वो लोकलाइज कंटेक्स्ट को फोकस करता है. और पब्लिक गुड एक ऐप है जो कि बैंकर्स की ट्रेनिंग्स चल रही हैं, जितने बैंक्स हैं पाकिस्तान में आजकल, once they understand it, they the dynamics of it, they would be able to analyze the green buildings then accordingly. So वो है IFC का edge app, which is a open public good platform जिसमें आप regardless of any code in the world, whether your building is complying with your JBC or any other local standard, you can analyze the build numbers with quantitative manner rather than scoring. So I found it like very useful, and all the banks in Pakistan, their commercial engineering teams are sort of taking very huge interest on it. So down the line I see that, and ये हमारे colleagues भी हैं, we have like interacted or reached out to them as well, Imran साहब और जो है असर साहब हैं, so we have interacted with them as well on this, and hopefully will be coming. Synchronizing the frequency is the key word. I'll just like focus on that. So when like we work together and like I think if अगर if you want to I'm forgetting that proverb, if you want to go for then work as a team, और वो जो रेस वाला एलिमेंट आता है कि अगर आपने जो है तेज तेज भागेंगे तो अकेले चले जाएंगे, वरना
Sir, if
बट
you
यू हैव
want
टू
to go fast, go alone. If you
या
want to go
या
further, go with the team.
Yes, so we have to go with the team. Yes, thanks for thanks for your input. So this is something like I think like we must all like work together, regardless of any code comes or not. But the basic problem comes out with the availability of the raw materials and the availability, and the technical skill set is something which is the labor. And I'm very glad to hear about from Imran that once we talk about housing, so it's a basic right, and it perfectly connects within the ambit of ESG and this affordability factor of the houses, because everyone needs house, and this affordability aspect that is being catered by like different housing schemes, SPHF and others. That is good to see, and then and different stakeholders like in terms of building raw material inventory and things like that. I think that various institutions, if they could have worked earlier as per their rules of business, like developing the building materials database and things like that, that would have helped. Even the academia has a very critical role to play, but I hardly found any sort of any research publications in context of the localized building raw materials available in each district of Pakistan, and mapping it out and doing the full value chain analysis of the building sector. So this is something like where we need to look into, and in paving the way forward for green housing infrastructure in like in real estate, and specifically the vertical high rise buildings is something that is gaining popularity in all the urban areas. So it needs a different skill set and different kind of like standard. And now I'll just conclude like for the timing on this thing, that if we talk about standard, so basic question in every housing scheme and everything, like all the housing schemes or those people who construct houses are aware of the basic strength, what should be the strength of the brick as per the Pakistan standard. So for this, like I haven't got the answers from even like the people who are building the houses, because they only like look into the quality of the brick from its physical characteristics rather than going into like in its compressive strength and quantifying and analyzing the quality through quantification. So I'll just stop over here.
Thank you so much, Asad Saab. And I think I'd like to pose up the next question where you're leaving off in terms of, implementation हो जाती है, but जो आप standards की बात कर रहे हैं, you've given a really good tool. If those of you who are watching us, if you haven't picked up, please look up Edge and try to use it. There are tools and resources that are available. Some easy to use, some might take you a little bit more time. But I'm going to pose the next question to pretty much everybody, and I'll start off with Gibran yourself. कि ये जो सारी इनिशिएटिव्स हो रहे हैं, जो हर अथॉरिटी भी कर रही है, आप एज प्राइवेट सेक्टर, एज कंसल्टेंट, एज सब्जेक्ट मैटर एक्सपर्ट कर रहे हैं, कितना ज़रूरी है कि हम इन सारे चीज़ें के डिस्क्लोजर्स एक सस्टेनेबिलिटी रिपोर्ट में जाएं, डालें और फिर उसको मैंडेट करें?
अच्छा, I just want to introduce myself a little bit, क्योंकि next जो comment मैं डालने वाला हूँ बहुत controversial होगा. I have a bachelor's in structural engineering. I have a master's in green building. I am an author of a book. I was a DART scholar. Germany से मेरा master's है, Malaysia से मेरा master's एक है. I was teaching sustainable construction to master students, and I've got a variety of research paper under my belt. Okay, the next comment that I'm going to push it, LEED is not for us. Neither is BREEAM, neither is Green Star, neither is any other certification that you're talking about. LEED is specifically for Americans. BREEAM is specifically for UK, Passive House is specifically for Germany, Green Star specifically for Australia. The problem we are facing right now is, as usual, जो कि हम अरसे से करते रहे हैं कि we don't want to do any work. We just want to grab something that somebody has done in the world and we want to implement it. Secondly, green building is a holistic point of view. You cannot implement the whole idea of green building at once. There are 5 things in green buildings. Let's talk about that. We have got water conservation. We have got natural resources of conservation, energy efficiency, generate less waste, and provide healthier spaces for occupants. But the problem is this: when you're applying all of these things, आपके पास कुछ भी नहीं निकलता. So let's start with one thing. Let's start with water conservation. You have talked about rainwater harvesting. Asad Saab has talked about the capital smart city. आपका sorry, या मेरी screen पूरी हो गई है. He has talked about grey water treatment plants and everything. The problem is that we should specialize in one thing, implement it, and then move forward, step by step by step by step. Secondly, the concept of green building is now old. Nobody's using it. Everybody's going towards smart buildings. We have got IoTs, we have got AI now. So we should implement these things with our tools locally. Secondly, Imran Saab se baat keh rahe the wo, as an industry, your work is not research. Your work is to implement. Research is academia. Pakistan ke andar problem is that the industry and academia are not on the same page. I've tried very hard.
Absolutely.
Industry or I'm from NUST basically, so industry or NUST ki linkage ho jaye. But the problem is that industry ke andar koi sawal utha hi nahi raha green buildings ke lihaz se. Asad Mahmood Saab ne kaha there is no material. Yes, there is no material because nobody's talking about it. And we are going towards concrete jungle. We are making concrete buildings. लोग बात कर रहे हैं कि जी हम लोग local material कहाँ गए? So there is no research on local material. Nobody knows the R value of the local material. We know the insulation, R value of the insulation, and we know the R value, U value of insulated glass. But what are we producing locally? So सबसे बड़ा issue ये है. Thirdly, आपने design बना लिया. आपने बाहर से यूएई से मलेशिया से बहुत अच्छा कंसल्टेंट उठाया, बहुत अच्छा आर्किटेक्ट उठाया, आपने डिजाइन बना लिया, आपने सीडीएस से अप्रूव भी करा लिया, आरडी से अप्रूव भी करा लिया, एंड यू हैव गॉट ऑल द सर्टिफिकेशन. व्हाट अबाउट द कॉन्ट्रैक्टर? Your contractor does not have the basic idea or the basic knowledge of green buildings. I have seen contractor ruin even the simplest of the designs. Ma'am Bushra बैठी हैं, she's an architect, she will agree to it. If you are not going to educate your contractor, it's not useless. Everything is useless then. So first, you have to train your contractors. I'm a contractor myself. I know the issues that we face. We have labor issues, we have got material issues, we have got finances issues. I cannot even comprehend this thing. Okay, we are living in a country where a contractor is going to invest everything and then he is going to go to the client and beg for his money. I mean, it makes no sense to me. And this is what we are doing every day. So the system has to be in place. Take small steps, implement one thing, move to other, implement that thing, move to other. Engage academia with you, ask them to do their research, sponsor their projects. We never sponsor their projects. We have got bachelors, we have got kids in bachelors, we have got professionals in masters, we have people doing PhDs. Nobody sponsors their project. Ask good questions, sponsor their project, implement their research. And research does not only means yes. Research means this was the problem taken. Can it be done? No, it's okay, move on. So there's a big gap between academia and the industry. There's a big gap between the understanding of the architects or the consultant and the understanding of the contractors. Both are never on the same page. Usually architects पढ़े लिखे लोग होते हैं, contractors जो होते हैं वो अंगूठा छाप लोग होते हैं, so they cannot communicate in the same language. And thirdly, we have got a big difference between the selection of the contractors and the client selection criteria. Let's say you want to make a green building. The first thing you're going to write is the contractor should have a past experience of green building, at least 200,000 square foot area. There is none in Pakistan.
There's none.
आपने building Islamabad Gulbarga की बात की, ma'am. That building was built on ASHRAE. It was not built on green building thing. उसकी guidelines green building पे नहीं थी. उसका HVAC system ASHRAE पे था. HVAC comprises of 60% of energy, so that makes it an energy efficient building. So the problem is that we need to have our own guidelines. We need to have our own certification. PGBC अली नसीर साहब ने बात की, पाकिस्तान ग्रीन बिल्डिंग काउंसिल, आप उनका कोड उठा के देख लें, 90% is lead. Now, getting lead is not it's not that rocket science. It's an easy job. But the problem is lead is once you have the lead, that lead is with you forever. Whereas Briam or Passive House, you have to ask them to come after every 5 years and check your systems. Who's stopping you to not implement, maintain your systems after 2 years? After that, your building won't be efficient. So the thing is that there's a whole mess of things that we are working. We want to implement everything that is being done outside, and we don't have any platform. So let's make a platform first. Let's educate our people, and things will move up forward. Thank you.
Gibran Sahab, I want to pick your brain on this because this is a very useful discussion also that you're doing. But I'll move on to my original question, which was around, the reporting side of things, right? Now, everybody knows कि जो एक इनिशियल अगेन प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी के साथ लिंकेज है, जहाँ पे हम अपने डिस्क्लोजर्स की बात करते हैं, तो उसके अंदर कितना ज़रूरी है कि ये इनिशिएटिव चाहे जिस भी नौयत के हैं, चाहे इम्प्रूवमेंट साल में तो नहीं आनी ना, तो वो इट्स गोना टेक सम लाइक हाफ अ डेकेड टू अ डेकेड फॉर us to see those changes. But अभी तो हमारे पास सस्टेनेबिलिटी रिपोर्टिंग ही नहीं है, अभी तो हमारे पास डिस्क्लोजर्स का पता ही नहीं है, अभी तक तो हम इसको प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी से लिंक अप ही नहीं कर सके, वो कितना जरूरी है?
देखिए,
व्हाट इज द अप्रोच? गो अहेड, बिकॉज़ सीएफओ तो ये अपने सर पे नहीं लेना चाहता एक और मुश्किल काम.
लेट्स टॉक अबाउट यूएसए नाउ. 1980s में जब ऑयल प्रॉब्लम शुरू हुए तो यूएसए सेट कि हमने अपनी ऑयल की जो यूजेज है वो कम करनी है. एंड उन्होंने कहा ये बिल्डिंग सेक्टर हमारा कमर्शियल बिल्डिंग मैक्सिमम इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंज्यूम कर रहा है, तो हमारे जो ऑयल चाहिए वो मैक्सिमम बिल्डिंग सेक्टर को चाहिए. तो उन्होंने कहा लेट्स गो फॉर ग्रीन बिल्डिंग्स एंड एवरीथिंग. वहां पर भी एक दिन में लॉन्च नहीं हुआ था. What start doing that? Start giving rebate on taxes, zero taxes on green buildings. Now, builder, if I'm a builder and I'm making green building, I don't have to pay any tax. I'm happy. Secondly, they made that a status symbol. Green building, higher income, higher rentage, higher. You can sell it on the higher point. Branding, just like the electrical cars owners did. They made it a status symbol. Thirdly, they make it acceptable and approachable to everybody. Anybody who wants to make a green building can come to the LEED Institute. They're going to guide you. They're going to give you knowledge, and they're going to help you along the way. That's how they did it. And look at where the Green Building Council is standing right now. It covers almost 80% of the world right now. So, but we don't have any infrastructure right now, and we want to go for profitability. The first thing you can do is rebate on the taxes. No taxes to the builder whatsoever. No taxes on the electricity, no taxes on the gas, and appreciate them. Appreciate the builder. The government should appreciate the builder because they are taking a massive risk right now. They don't know if they want to sell a unit of like 20% expensive, somebody is going to buy it. No. So they are taking all the risk. Appreciate them. Give them depreciation on anything they can have. If the land is owned by government, subsidize it for the builders. That is the first step you can take.
वो थोड़ी सी तो बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस वो हमें रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी में झलक आनी शुरू हो गई है.
अच्छा,
वो कंस्ट्रक्शन सेक्टर में भी आ सकता है.
नहीं, रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी की मैं आपको बात करता हूँ. Renewable energy is not green. I mean,
green.
Have you ever asked where do they dispose of solar plates? They are not recyclable.
I'm having that conversation with one of the startups in GB right now.
They are not recyclable.
As to what is absolutely.
Let's not talk about it. The thing is that green building is like a bucket. You have got a number of holes everywhere. You have got heat leakages, you have got electrical wastages, you have got water leakages. And then you have a tap on it and you open it. Bucket won't fill. And then you say, oh, mera to bill bahut zyada aa raha hai. Let's have a solar on the tap. Still the bucket won't fill.
Yeah, Gibran Sahab, I want to move on to, sorry, Asad Sahab, I know because
please.
He's trying to say something for the last couple of minutes I can assess. But ये देखें, अब ये Asad Sahab, Ali Sahab, Imran Sahab, जिन एसोसिएशंस पे काम कर रहे हैं और हाउसिंग के प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम कर रहे हैं, टू बी ऑनेस्ट एज अ पाकिस्तानी, हम किसी भी प्लेटफॉर्म पे अगर इंटरनेशनली बैठ के बात कर रहे हैं तो हम आई नो फॉर अ फैक्ट कि मैंने रूडा की एग्जांपल्स दी हैं वहां पे कि जी दिस इज समथिंग, इट्स नॉट दैट वी आर टू फार ऑफ. तो असद साहब कितना जरूरी है ये जो हमें रिपोर्टिंग वाली साइड है इसको आगे लेके आना ताकि वो डॉट्स तो कनेक्ट हो ना.
नहीं मैडम, बहुत अच्छी आपने बात की है. मैं भी आपको रिपोर्टिंग की तरह कंप्रीहेंसिवली बताता हूँ. मैं जस्ट जिब्रान साहब की एक चीज का आंसर, और जिब्रान साहब ने कहा मैं कंट्रोवर्शियल, एक्चुअली जिब्रान साहब इट्स नॉट कंट्रोवर्शियल. लेट मी इवन मोर रिफाइन दिस. लीड इज actually nothing. Lead is a platform that invites different standards prevailing. Leads तो सबसे बड़ा एडवोकेट है एशरे को यूज करने का, एंड लीड की जितनी भी एनर्जी मैनेजमेंट है एचवैक है, दैट इज एडेड टू एशरे. लीड की अगर लाइट पोल्यूशन रिडक्शन दैट इज एडेड टू ब्रिटिश स्टैंडर्ड. तो लीड इटसेल्फ इज नॉट अ स्टैंडर्ड, इट्स इनवाइटिंग द प्लेटफॉर्म जो कि इन सारे स्टैंडर्ड्स को, बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस को इंडस्ट्री की अकोमोडेट करता है और कंटिन्यूसली ये इवॉल्व हो रही हैं. रिगार्डिंग द मैडम स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चंस, यस डेक्लेरेशंस और ये सारी डिस्क्लोजर सारी चीजें. अच्छा, एट द मोमेंट ऑफ कोर्स देयर इज नो अथॉरिटी इन पाकिस्तान सिंस वी आर नाउ एडहरिंग टू लीड स्टैंडर्ड्स. तो हमने कोई लीड की सर्टिफिकेशन के लिए हमने कोई 15-20 डेक्लेरेशंस बनाई हैं. अगर मैं आपको जस्ट उनके नाम मेरे सामने खुले हैं जी, हमने जी उनको डेक्लेरेशन एश्योरेंस फॉर वाटर एंड वेस्ट वाटर बिल्डिंग कनेक्शंस जी, हम बिल्डिंग में वाटर मीटर लगाएंगे. कमिटमेंट to divert a minimum of 30% construction and demolition waste, ये भी उनका स्टैंडर्ड है जी. हमने उनको कमिटमेंट की है फॉर प्रमोटिंग अल्टरनेटिव व्हीकल्स, हमने यानी इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स. हमने एश्योरेंस दी है कि हम स्ट्रीट लाइटिंग के जो स्टैंडर्ड्स होंगे वो BS 5489 स्टैंडर्ड उसको हम फॉलो करेंगे. ये हम उनको दे रहे हैं. हम एफर्ट्स करेंगे टू इनहैंस एक्सेस टू क्वालिटी ट्रांजिट. हमने उनको ये लिख के दिया है कि हमारी कमिटमेंट है फॉर द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ ऑर्गेनिक वेस्ट वाटर जनरेटेड, ऑर्गेनिक वेस्ट जनरेटेड विद इन द सिटी. हमारी एक कमिटमेंट में एश्योरेंस है कि हम एश्योरेंस टू द कंप्लायंस ऑफ स्ट्रीट लाइटिंग वंस अगेन, एंड देन वी हैव एन एश्योरेंस दैट वी हैव सम सर्टेन इनिशिएटिव्स. हमने उनको लिख के दिया है कि हमारी रूडा के अंदर इतने परसेंट जो है हम इंश्योर करेंगे कि जो फ्यूचर्स यूज हो रहे हैं उसकी इतनी परसेंट उसकी वाटर की रिडक्शन इंश्योर करेंगे. अच्छा, अब ये सवाल आपका ये है कि ये सारे डिस्क्लोजर, सारी कमिटमेंट डेक्लेरेशंस वी आर प्रोवाइड टू USGBC. देयर इज अ नीड, और थ्रू दिस प्लेटफॉर्म वी रेज और डिमांड, और वी शुड एक्चुअली स्ट्रगल कि हमारे पाकिस्तान के अंदर कोई ऐसी लोकल बॉडी जो एक्सेस करे. अभी करंटली USGBC हमें एक्सेस कर रही है, हर 3 साल बाद वो हमारे पास आएंगे. अभी तो हम 2-3 महीने बाद. अच्छा, बाय द वे वी आर प्री सर्टिफाइड, रावी सिटी इज नाउ प्री सर्टिफाइड विद USGBC, और इंशाल्लाह 2 से 3 महीनों में दिस वुड बी द फर्स्ट world's largest LEED certified city, riverfront. और ये it's an honor, matter of honor. Again, LEED is nothing. LEED is just a regulatory framework under which we are working. अब हम अपना भी बना सकते हैं. और लीड ये भी कहती है कि यार आपके लोकल स्टैंडर्ड्स जहां पे ओवरलैप करते हैं लोकल को फॉलो करो, हमें जस्टिफिकेशन दे दो. ठीक, तो ये जितनी डेक्लेरेशन अभी हमने USGB को दी है, वी वांट कि हमारी जो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन है और हमारी एक वर्ड जिस तरह पाकिस्तानी ग्रीन बिल्डिंग काउंसिल है, PEC ने जब उनके साथ इंटरेक्शन किया है, तो देयर मस्ट बी अ रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क कि जिसको डेक्लेरेशन हम जाके अपनी दें और वो हमें आके मॉनिटर करें. तो अभी तो USGBC को अब 3 साल बाद जब उनके पास जाएंगे तो हमसे पूछेंगे जी आपने जो बनाया वो क्या किया है. तो ये दिस इज अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. अभी तक तो हम उनसे बात करें, होनी पाकिस्तान में चाहिए. तो दिस देयर इज अ नीड.
बिल्कुल सर. और असद साहब, सॉरी टू कट यू ऑफ, बट एक चीज जो इसमें आई बिलीव मिसिंग है, जो कि सस्टेनेबिलिटी रिपोर्ट जो है वो किसी भी इदारे की, चाहे इंटीग्रेटेड बनाए चाहे सस्टेनेबिलिटी बनाए, जो भी डिस्क्लोजर का स्टैंडर्ड अपने लिए फॉलो करते हैं, वो ये है कि जो बुशरा बात करनी थी ना, कि वो चाहे या इमरान अली साहब बात कर रहे थे, मुझे 2 साल हुए, मुझे 3 साल हुए इदारे में, वो जो रिपोर्ट है वो अकाउंटेबिलिटी जनरेट करती है फॉर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस टू एक्चुअली फॉलो थ्रू द कमिटमेंट्स दैट दे वर मेड बाय द मैनेजमेंट. और आप में हम में से कोई भी अगर नहीं है कल को, तो एटलीस्ट वो जनरेशनल, वो जो इंस्टीट्यूशनल नॉलेज है या जो इंस्टीट्यूशनल एक कमिटमेंट है वो ट्रिकल डाउन और पास थ्रू करती है. व्हाट डू यू थिंक?
You're perfectly right. और यही जो आपका जो है, ये जो स्टांस है, ये इस वक्त यूनाइटेड नेशन का ही बन गया है. यू विल सी इन कमिंग डेज कि ये गवर्नमेंट पे प्रेशर आएगा. वो कहेंगे रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क गवर्नमेंट बनाए, गवर्नमेंट अगर पाकिस्तान में गवर्नमेंट पाकिस्तान बनाए, दे हैव टू नाउ इंप्लीमेंट emission standards. They may now have to control the emissions, carbon footprints, everything. पहले तो एक ये voluntarily effort थी कि चले stakeholders pressure था ऐसे था. Now it is being mandatory. That's why I'm telling you कि अभी तो हम USGBC में report करें, but I am expecting that in coming days ये pressure पाकिस्तान गवर्नमेंट पे भी आएगा, हमारे इदारों पे भी आएगा, गवर्नमेंट बॉडीज पे भी आएगा कि जो उनके अंडर डेवलपमेंट हो रही है, they must have to ensure certain standard. और फिर वहां पे वही बात जिब्रान साहब वाली, उधर फिर हम थोड़ा सा सहारा लेंगे कि ठीक है जी हम लीड सर्टिफाइड हैं, देखें जी हम ग्रीन सर्टिफाइड है. और बाय द वे जो असद साहब ने बात की एज की, एज सिस्टम इज वेरी गुड फॉर बिल्डिंग्स. और क्योंकि अभी हम लीड से बात करें, बट हमारा जो आगे प्रोग्राम है, वी विल श्योरली इंप्लीमेंट एज फॉर वर्टिकल डेवलपमेंट, बिकॉज एज इज द बेस्ट सिस्टम. और इवन ये उसकी प्राइसिंग वाइज बहुत कंपेटिटिव सिस्टम और बड़ा अच्छा सिस्टम है. सो वी आर श्योरली कंसीडरिंग एज सिस्टम एज
वंडरफुल. बट सर वही वाली बात है मेरे ख्याल से, इमरान साहब, आई विल कम अराउंड टू यू, कि वो जो कहते हैं ना कि ये प्रेशर और जोर आएगा, वो देखिए अमेरिका में अगर टैक्स रिबेट किया है तो वो जो फिर रिपोर्टिंग है वो भी फिर मैंडेटरी हुई है. सो it's a give and take relationship that the government has also then held organizations accountable. Imran Saab, what do you have to say on this?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. So, couple of the things that just to take the discussion forward. Uh, I think I just forgot one thing to mention, that the agency on which we are the forefront working is Punjab Housing and Town Planning Agency. So it means the planning standard or impact that we are talking about, that is not only for some city scale, the entire Punjab. So the planning standard that we are actually offering and the change for environmental and social governance, this will be that any private sector, public sector agency comes to help us out. So we'll be working from Rawalpindi to Rajanpur, all the area. Now, quickly, that on the disclosures and reports. So recently, we have developed one tool, that is Housing Market Information System, that puts the latest information on the all the housing supply chain, housing demands also, and housing supply also. All the latest data that was already put in the government and we were not sharing, that had been exposed to everyone. So this is a free system that academia, developers, planners, universities, anybody can use. So that is easy accessible. If you just go to the Google and write housing market information systems on Urban Unit site, you can access that. So you can, and that then we are building upon those. So making them, whichever the data was available, towards taking it more towards the affordability, environmental standards, and these kind of things. So you can say that it is the tool in making. So you can see that this is from the government side effort, that we were not, keeping the data with us. So we are trying to respond to that. Now, Gibran sir mentioned the tax rebate and all. So maybe this is something which is tax regime need to come up with that. And I don't know how much time would have taken. So, but as in our program, we have slightly pivoted in a way that instead of coming up with some tax reliefs, we are actually giving the contractors or the partners investment incentives. So how we are, so again, that if any private sectors, the society that comes through our program, not only we will be helping them for a further funding opportunity through giving them a money for a kind of thing which are actually connected with the environmental or social or these kind of integration, rather taking it forward to making the us neighborhood more sustainable. So and an important thing, normally the developers always complain that it takes 2 to 3 years to see the development. Here we are guaranteeing that anyone who is actually coming and knocking the door of PHATA, Punjab Housing and Town Planning Agency, so they'll be getting the NOC in 3 to 4 months. So again, that giving them a fast track NOC system and is supporting them their environmental friendly efforts. So this is the ecosystem that we are trying to put, and that's why to take the things forward, that and another proverb was that putting money where mouth is. So
Oops, did we lose Imran Saab? Can you also not see him? Okay, Imran Saab.
So I'm not sure that when where I was last. So I was
Just
just
just for like a
concluding.
second or so. Okay.
Yeah. I was just ending at the proverb that the way the put, that is the saying that putting money where the mouth is. So through our investment incentives, we have actually tried to put dollars where ESG is. So this is how we are trying to, connect these things.
सर बट वो रिपोर्टिंग आनी चाहिए. मेरा सवाल अभी तक यही है कि ये सारा कुछ बहुत अच्छा काम हो रहा है, बट the fact is that I think this is the right initiative as well, because when we are talking about the entire ecosystem needs to be made aware. तो वो यहाँ से आएगी जब रिसर्च भी अगर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस जैसे जबरान कह रहे हैं कि करनी है, उनके पास आप तक आने के लिए, व्हेन आई से आप तक, हम सब तक आने के लिए जो बेसलाइन डेटा है वही अगर अवेलेबल नहीं होगा, सो वेयर आर दीज किड्स गोइंग टू स्टार्ट ऑफ द initial research process or desk research कैसे होगी? अली साहब, again touching base.
Just a minute. So इसी का
जी, जी.
रिस्पॉन्ड किया कि हम लोगों ने क्या किया है कि जितना भी आपको हाउसिंग सप्लाई चेन में हाउसिंग डिमांड साइड एंड हाउसिंग सप्लाई साइड, all the latest data that was available we have put freely on our website. So anyone, it's
Wonderful.
not only for government, any person from entire world, they can approach them, and we are calling them housing market information system. So through tabular forms or through spatial exercises, you can find the things, and the data is still coming up. But again, the tool is freely available to everyone. So this is that we are trying to respond to your this query.
Wonderful. And I believe worth mentioning here, I know Numan's also watching us. He's one of our co-organizers in this initiative. Numan, leave up the Hermesnet link as well and access to the tool as well, because वो जो Jibran की एक और बात थी, and Alisa, I'll come around to you, that please automate, use AI and use automated tools that are available, because they are just plain and simple cost effective. So Numan, please do put in the link in the LinkedIn chat for everybody to access the reporting tool as well on ESG and see, and you can book up a session with him as well, and he could take you all through the user friendliness of it. And वो जब हम, वही बात है कि जब हम उसके बेनिफिट को उसकी कीमत से लिंक अप करेंगे, it's gonna be peanuts really. Not in the private chat, Numan, in the LinkedIn chat, so that everybody can see it as well. Ali Saab, what plans on sustainability reporting for smart city? What are you foreseeing? What are the plans?
देखिए, रिपोर्टिंग की बात हो रही है, तो जनरली मेरा 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 व्यू ये है कि जितनी भी most of the organizations are private limited, and these are governed by SCCP guidelines. The financial reporting is governed by SCCP guidelines, and the sustainability report is the part of the financial reporting. So generally, अगर reporting का जो aspect है, that should be covered through regulatory guidelines. That SCP need to make them mandatory. The reporting is mandatory with respect to sustainability, and the format should be uniform and standard for the reporting. इससे पहले तो ये important है. अगर there are no such guidelines from SCP, then every organization has the liberty to report it or not to report it, to be very honest. And most of the organization would not like to report on the sustainability initiative, but because this is not very important. Everybody is very as this is the part of the financial guidelines, so everybody is very careful while putting anything extra on financial reporting. Okay, so as Imran mentioned that they have put some reports, their research data on their website is a generic data. Okay, fine, but on sustainability, the reporting should be made part of the financials. All right, so nobody as you mentioned, no CFO wants to add another additional a full stop in their financials, so that nobody can get either the tax authorities or SCCB, you know, get an eye on this
सर
full stop
पकड़
that.
होने वाली है, सर पकड़ होने वाली है, जिस जिस
Sir,
उस पे हम चल पड़े हैं, मेरे ख्याल से तो SCCB
Norulan, the important, the point,
काफी
the
अच्छी
point
गाइडलाइंस
important.
बनाएगी।
हाँ
जी
बिल्कुल,
सर।
देखिए वेल SCCP तो गाइड नहीं बनाएंगे. There's tons of data and guidelines are available on IFRS. IFRS has specifically mentioned what are the sustainability guidelines. Every third post on LinkedIn is on sustainability reporting. There's a 200 plus pages on sustainability report, how you will report sustainability. But the important point, Nurulan, is another participant is, क्या हम ऐसी स्टेज पर हैं कि रिपोर्टिंग एकदम मैंडेटरी कर दी जाए? अभी तो हमने बेसिक्स भी नहीं कवर किए हैं, हमें तो अवेयरनेस भी नहीं है. आप टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, आई वाज सिटिंग विद ईपीए डायरेक्टर एंड अदर इंडिविजुअल्स, तो वो मुझे ये बता रही थी कि अली, सस्टेनेबिलिटी की अगर मैं डेफिनेशन किसी से पूछती हूँ तो सस्टेनेबिलिटी की डेफिनेशन की सही किसी को नहीं मालूम है. तो वी आर नॉट इवन कवरिंग द बेसिक्स. So how would, if we are not covering the basics, how would you expect organizations to report that? Although there are guidelines, there are some organizations, they are doing amazingly well in reporting. As a reference, I can give you a reference of Mardigas. It's a public report of ESG of 47 plus pages on ESG, available on their website. Amazing report, amazing. You should review that. But this is a very, very highly established organization who took the initiative to report that. But if you are not covering the basics, man, I think it's a very challenging to report in a very different standards. Yes, on sustainability initiatives, there is a lot of information on the websites, on the relevant website, just like Imran told, just like our website. Yes, this kind of reporting can be done, but under a regulatory framework, I don't think so. We are at this stage that we can,
Yeah,
start
sir,
reporting.
sir, respectfully, I think I'll agree to disagree on this, but I'll like to bring in Usman Saab there as well, because as a consortium, we have a lot of discussions around, this particular aspect, that the ones who are reporting, उनको कुछ ना कुछ तो भाई फायदा हो रहा है, और बहुत अच्छा monetarily फायदा हो रहा है, and how they're preaching it, and like Gibran was also saying that how they have branded themselves and puts them at a certain level to attract kind of international funding. So Usman Sahab, what do you think in terms of IFRS की भी बात हो गई सर, और हम तो डिस्कस ये करते ही रहते हैं, अवेयरनेस भी, बट स्पेसिफिकली बिकॉज हम रिपोर्टिंग पे हैं अभी, तो व्हाट आर योर थॉट्स ऑन दिस के वॉलंटरी, मैंडेटरी या वॉलंटरी के अंदर अपना मकसद निकालें और उसको बड़ा से बड़ा ग्रोथ के ऊपर जाए?
Thank you, Noor. I will continue with जो अली साहब बात कर रहे थे about reporting ESG, और हम अभी बेसिक्स नहीं पता, और जो है हमने उसको रिपोर्टिंग फ्रेमवर्क जो है वो शुरू कर दिया है. देखिए, हमारे साथ एक फंडामेंटल प्रॉब्लम है पाकिस्तान के अंदर, एंड आई विल टेक यू बैक टू 2018 2019. हमने जो है, एंड आई विल टेक यू टू, कुछ लोगों की मैं मेमोरी शायद रिफ्रेश कराऊंगा, नीका के लिए, जो नेशनल एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी एंड कंजर्वेशन अथॉरिटी है, ठीक है. अच्छा, दैट इज सपोज टू बी अ रेगुलेटरी बॉडी, और मैं नीका की बात इसलिए कर रहा हूँ, रेगुलेटरी बॉडी की बात इसलिए कर रहा हूँ कि हम इससे पहले बिल्डिंग कोड्स की बात कर रहे थे, लीड की बात कर रहे थे, उससे हम चलते चलते ESG के ऊपर आ गए, ठीक है. अच्छा, नीका ने अभी जो है बिल्डिंग कोड्स जो है पब्लिश किए हैं, ठीक है. अच्छा, वो बिल्डिंग कोड्स जो पब्लिश हैं, मेरा एक मासूमाना सा सवाल है कि वो बिल्डिंग कोड्स हमने किस लिए पब्लिश किए, ठीक है. अच्छा, उनकी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन क्या होगी, उनकी क्या वो होगी. और मैं आपसे सिंपल अगेन एक और मासूमाना सवाल पूछता हूँ कि मैं आपको 2 हाउसिंग सोसाइटीज के नाम बता रहा हूँ पाकिस्तान में, ठीक है, आप वहाँ पे चले जाएं और वहाँ पे आप जाकर कहें कि भाई ये हम जो है ना हमने बिल्डिंग कोड्स पब्लिश किए हुए हैं, ये अभी क्या नाम है ऑलमोस्ट सेमी गवर्नमेंट अप्रूव्ड भी हैं, ठीक है, आप हमारे साथ बैठ के यहाँ पर बताएं कि ये बिल्डिंग कोड्स क्या इनकी रेगुलेशन आपके पास इफेक्टिव है, ठीक है। अच्छा, उन हाउसिंग सोसाइटी में मैं सबसे पहले तो पार्क व्यू का नाम लेता हूँ, ठीक है ना, और दूसरा जो है वो मैं डीएचए का नाम लेता हूँ। आप चले जाएं डीएचए के अंदर, उनसे पूछें कि आप इनमें से क्या इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, तो उसकी कोई इम्प्लीमेंटेशन नहीं है। अच्छा, इसी तरह से हमारी मैं आई वाज क्वाइट डीपली इन्वॉल्व जब ये नीका के साथ बिल्डिंग कोड्स वगैरह बन रहे थे और ये सारा वर्ल्ड बैंक का प्रोजेक्ट था वो हो रहा था, तो वी स्पोक टू आरडीए, ठीक है, तो आरडीए से हम जाकर मिले और आरडीए ने कहा कि जी हम जो है ये हाउसिंग सोसाइटीज को रेगुलेट करने के लिए हम ग्रीन ये बिल्डिंग कोड्स की बात करने के लिए गए थे। तो आरडीए जो एक सीनियर साहब जिनके साथ मीटिंग थी हमारी, उन्होंने हमें कहा कि जी ये जो ऊपर के जो सिर्फ 10 हाउसिंग सोसाइटीज हैं ना वेबसाइट के ऊपर जो आ रही हैं, ये रेगुलेटेड हैं, बाकी जो 128 हैं वो अनरेगुलेटेड हैं और हमने उधर डाल दिया है वहां पर, ठीक है। पॉइंट आई एम ट्राइंग टू मेक इज कि देखें, हम वी आर जस्ट पासिंग द बक फ्रॉम one institute to another, from one regulator to another, to another, to another, to another, ठीक है। अल्टीमेटली अब आप आरडीए का अगर वो जवाब देखें तो उन 128 हाउसिंग सोसाइटीज में हमारे ही बहन भाइयों ने किसी ने वो जो जमीन का एक टुकड़ा हासिल करने के लिए 5 मरले का 10 मरले का प्लॉट लिया हुआ होगा किसी ने, ठीक है, लेकिन वो अनरेगुलेटेड है। अच्छा, इसी तरह से आप आ जाएं, अभी ये जितने भी घर बन रहे हैं, हमने इतनी सारी हाउसिंग सोसाइटीज के नाम लिए हैं, आप बता दें कि कहाँ पर वो बिल्डिंग कोड्स जो हैं वो एप्लीकेबल हैं या किसी ने अप्लाई किए हैं। कन्वर्सली हम ईएसजी कंप्लायंस की बात करें तो ईएसजी की कंप्लायंस रिपोर्टिंग या जो कुछ भी है, अली साहब ने सही बात की कि हम बहुत अर्ली स्टेजेस पर हैं उसकी, बट देयर हैज टू बी अ स्टार्ट समवेयर, ठीक है। अभी यहाँ पर मतलब अगेन इमरान साहब हैं, ठीक है ना, कैपिटल स्मार्ट सिटी वाले नहीं आए, ठीक है। आप हम अगर किसी से पूछें कि यार आपकी वेबसाइट के ऊपर सस्टेनेबिलिटी रिपोर्ट है आपकी, ठीक है, आपके प्रोजेक्ट्स की या आपकी, या इवन रूडा वालों से अगर हम पूछेंगे आपके पास सस्टेनेबिलिटी रिपोर्ट है, तो दी आई डोंट नो व्हाट द आंसर विल बी, ठीक है ना, लेकिन वी हैव टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम समवेयर। मैं एक छोटी सी एनालॉजी बताऊंगा, थोड़ा सा टाइम एक आध मिनट एक्स्ट्रा ले लूंगा। तो वो मेरे किसी दोस्त ने यूके में जो है रेस्टोरेंट का बिजनेस शुरू करना था, तो उसने जाकर लोगों से बात की कि यार ये मैं रेस्टोरेंट का बिजनेस शुरू करता हूँ, तो कोई उसको कहने लगा यार कि तुम जो है ना क्रिसमस के बाद खोलना, ताकि जो है ना वो न्यू ईयर और क्रिसमस का रश निकल जाएगा तो तुम्हारे पास ज़्यादा क्लाइंटेल आए। किसी ने उसको कहा तुम क्रिसमस से पहले खोल लेना ताकि वो जो है क्रिसमस पार्टीज की बुकिंग आ जाए, न्यू ईयर पार्टी की बुकिंग्स आ जाएं। किसी ने उसको कहा हेलोइन पे खोल लेना, किसी ने उसको कहा ईस्टर के बाद खोल लेना। सो हर बंदे ने डिफरेंट बताया। सो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे वो द फ्रेंड ऑफ माइन उसने कहा यार यू नो एवरी डे अगर मैं आज भी खोलूं तो जो पीछे महीना गुजर गया उसमें जो भी रेवेन्यू आना था आई हैव लॉस्ट दैट, सो आई हैव टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम समवेयर। सो कन्वर्सली ये हम इतनी सारी चीजें वो कर रहे हैं। भी एक अच्छा इनिशिएटिव है एससीसीपी का, सस्टेन अभी फ्राइडे को ही लॉन्च हुआ है, ठीक है, उसके अंदर मे बी शायद बहुत सारी चीजें ओवर प्रॉमिस्ड हैं, बट वी हैव टू स्टार्ट, वी हैव टू लुक एट आवरसेल्व्स के यार हमने बिल्डिंग कोड्स बना दिए, ठीक है, उसकी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन क्या है। अच्छा, मैं अगर आपको जैसे जिब्रान साहब ने बात की कंट्रोवर्शियल बात करूंगा, मैं भी थोड़ी कंट्रोवर्शियल बात उसमें ऐड कर दूं कि वो जो बिल्डिंग कोड्स हैं वो आपको एक डोनर ने पैसा दिया तो आपने वो बिल्डिंग कोड्स बनवा दिए, आपने बना दिए, ठीक है। अच्छा, अभी आपके पास जसारत ही नहीं है, यू डू नॉट हैव द करेज एंड द ऑडेसिटी टू हैव देम इम्प्लीमेंटेड। वो भी ग्लास कवर्ड के अंदर जो उसकी प्रिंटेड फाइल्स हैं कलर्ड के अंदर और स्पाइरल बाइंडिंग हुई हुई हैं, वो हम तस्वीरें ले जा के खिंचवा रहे हैं कि जी देखें ये हमने वो कर दी, बट उसकी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन कुछ भी नहीं, देयर इजंट एनीथिंग। सो अगर आप फिर वही सवाल करें कि यार अगर ये डोनर फंडिंग ना होती तो वो बिल्डिंग कोड्स बन सकते, आई कैन टेल यू विद हैंड ऑन माई हार्ट वो बिल्डिंग कोड्स कभी ना बन सकते होते। ठीक है, इसी तरह ये बुशरा साहिबा ने बात की कि यार मैं 2 साल बाद अगर यहाँ से चली जाऊं तो क्या पता कि ये चले या ना चले। ठीक, अच्छा, मतलब हम, और ये मैटर ऑफ द फैक्ट बात है कि अगर शायद बुशरा साहिबा उसको फॉलो अप ना करें तो वो नहीं चल सकेगा। 2 साल बाद कोई और आएगा, वो कहेगा यार इसकी जरूरत ही नहीं है। वो फिर वही बात आ जाती है 2 4 6 का मसाला बना दो, चलो जी इसके अंदर कर दो। अब प्रेशर जो PSI हमारी टेस्टिंग है उसकी अगर हम बात करें, ठीक है ना, मतलब इधर जितनी ये बिल्डिंग्स बन रही हैं, ये जिसका दिल आ रहा है इधर ये एक्सप्रेस वे के ऊपर, उसने ब्लॉकों का थला बना दिया और वो बस 2 4 6 का मसाला ला के ब्लॉक्स बना रहे हैं और वो बिल्डिंग्स हो रही हैं और वो हो रही हैं। और जब फिर ये हमारे पास इश्यूज आते हैं, लाइक स्ट्रक्चरल इश्यूज आते हैं, तो फिर हम कहते हैं यार ये देखो ये तो यहाँ पाकिस्तान की कंस्ट्रक्शन ही खराब है और ये है और वो है। So there is a whole host of issues involved in there, but the ultimate thing is कि we have to start from somewhere. जब तक वो स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट हमारा नहीं इस्टेब्लिश होगा, मैं आप अली साहब यही बात कर रहे हो यार अभी तो हम बेबी स्टेप्स ले रहे हैं, ESG इम्प्लीमेंट मत करो, ठीक है ना, अभी हम बेबी स्टेप्स ले रहे हैं, जो HSC जो है इम्प्लीमेंटेशन साइट के ऊपर वो इम्प्लीमेंट मत करो, ठीक है, तो वो कभी भी नहीं वो हो सकेगा। एंड अगेन उसका फिर वो ये है कि जो हमारे कन्वेंशनल मजदूर और लेबर और मिस्त्री और ठेकेदार हैं, ठीक है, वो किधर जाएंगे और उनका क्या होगा। सो ये एक स्टेप चेंज और एक बहुत बड़ा आई थिंक सेक्टर के अंदर चीज है जिसको हमने लेकर चलना होगा।
I agree, Usman Saab. Gibran Saab has something to say. And then Asad Saab, I'll come around to you for the closing remarks. Asad Mehmood.
अच्छा, हम बार बार रिपोर्टिंग की बात कर रहे हैं। रिपोर्टिंग इंसिडेंट होने के बाद लिखी जाती है, कोई भी रिपोर्ट। अभी हमारा इंसिडेंट ही नहीं हुआ और हम रिपोर्टिंग की बात कर रहे हैं। हमने अभी अलिफ बे पे नहीं की, हमने ABCD नहीं की है, एंड वी वांट टू टॉक अबाउट रिपोर्टिंग। तो हम अपना कितना पहले सीधा कर लें।
कमिटमेंट जिब्रान साहब, मैनेजमेंट कमिटमेंट पे फिर हमने रिपोर्टिंग लिख दी ना, कि वो वही बात है कि टीचर ने क्वेश्चन पेपर दे दिया है, अब तो बच्चों ने उन सवालों को बस भरना है।
बात ये कि टीचर ने पढ़ाया नहीं है, बच्चों ने पढ़ा नहीं है और एग्जाम हो रहा है।
बिल्कुल, मेरे ख्याल से मेरा आखिरी वेबिनार होने वाला है, जितनी कंट्रोवर्शियल मैंने कन्वर्सेशंस रिपोर्टिंग पे कर दी है।
मैम जी मैम, थैंक यू वेरी मच, मैं सॉरी फॉर द इंटरप्शन। अच्छा, मैं थोड़ा सा मैं ऑप्टिमिस्टिक बात करता हूँ। ये अभी इस सारे डिस्कशन में मैंने ना अप्लायंसेस का जिक्र किया है, ना मैं मटेरियल की तरफ आया हूँ। अच्छा, द माय पॉइंट इज कि चले एक सफर स्टार्ट हो गया, हम चलते, हमने डिजाइन पे फोकस बहुत किया, हमने ओवरऑल जो हमारे हाथ में था इंटीग्रेटेड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन मैनेजमेंट, जो हम कर सके, रेन वाटर मैनेजमेंट, हमने उस पे हम चल पड़े हैं। सफर स्टार्ट हो गया। कैपिटल स्मार्ट सिटी से मैं बहुत देखिए इंप्रेस हुआ। देखिए उन्होंने 32% लैंड अपनी की, उन्होंने वेस्ट वाटर ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट लगा दिया, उन्होंने अच्छा एक स्मार्ट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर उसमें जो उनकी इलेक्ट्रिक मैकेनिकल सिस्टम अच्छे किए, जो वो कर सकते हैं वो कर रहे हैं। अभी मैं बात बिल्कुल नहीं कर रहा मटेरियल्स की, हमने बाय द वे आपको बताऊं, हमने एक CSR अपना मार्केट स्केड्यूल रेट होता है, हमने अपना एक ग्रीन बिल्डिंग मटेरियल का रेट्स बनाना शुरू कर दिए हैं, क्योंकि हमें भी प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही हैं। जिससे हम अपने टेंडर करते हैं तो हमारे पास जो हमारा प्रिवेलिंग MRS जो मार्केट स्केड्यूल रेट गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पंजाब है, उसमें तो प्रोविजन ही किसी ग्रीन सिस्टम्स की नहीं है, तो हमें नॉन व्यू को करना पड़ा, हमने अपने सिस्टम बना लिए। द ओनली थिंग इज आई वुड जस्ट एंड अप कि वी आर वेरी ऑप्टिमिस्टिक, इंशाल्लाह बस कदम बढ़ाते जाएं, चलते जाएं, इंशाल्लाह अल्लाह बेहतर करेगा, इंशाल्लाह।
थैंक यू सो मच असद
साहब, यू आर एब्सोल्युटली राइट। ये ऑप्टिमिज्म ही है जो हमें इस गेम में लेकर आया है। एंड द मेन प्रॉब्लम इज दैट I've been advocating green building. Asad Mehmood Saab knows me since 2015.
Yes,
since 2012 जब मैं वापस आया था मास्टर्स करके, तो मैं हर बंदे की बात जाता था कि ग्रीन बिल्डिंग बनाओ, ग्रीन बिल्डिंग बनाओ, लोई ग्लास लगाओ। वो कहता है लोई ग्लास क्या है, फिर उसको समझाता। मेरा आधा टाइम बिजनेस में एजुकेशन पे गुजरा है, ठीक है। बट मेरा सिर्फ हमेशा ये कहता हूँ कि एक होता है कि आप घर से निकल के सोच रहे हैं कि मैंने कहाँ जाना है, एक होता है आप घर में बैठ के सोच रहे हैं प्लान करें या मैं वहां जाना है, बीच में यहाँ रुकूंगा, यहाँ फील करूंगा, वो करूंगा। हम पाकिस्तानी अनफॉर्चुनेटली, अगेन मैं थोड़ी सी गलत बात कर रहा हूं कि हम पाकिस्तानी काम करने के बाद कहते हैं ओहो ये तो हमने गलत कर लिया। तो लेट्स डू इट राइट द फर्स्ट टाइम। आपने CSR बनाया, अमेजिंग थिंग। आपने इनिशिएटिव में, अमेजिंग थिंग। अब पहले ये कि आपका डिजाइन हो गया, आप कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स को चूज करें, कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स को एजुकेट करें, उनको पता है ग्रीन बिल्डिंग होती क्या है। अब मैं आपको छोटी एग्जांपल देता हूँ, आप लोग सर्च कीजिएगा, यू ऑल आर इंजीनियर्स, ऑल आर इंजीनियर माशाल्लाह से। साउथ इंडिया में एक ब्रिक लिंक टेक्निक है, रैट ट्रैप बॉन्ड, सिर्फ उसमें 2 मिनट की रिसर्च कीजिएगा। दैट आर वैल्यू इज 0.9 एज कंपेयर टू नॉर्मल क्वींस बोर्ड विच इज 0.375। You save 21% mortar, 21% bricks। तो आप ग्रीन बिल्डिंग में जहां एक्सपेंडिचर बढ़ाने की बात करें, यहां तो आप सेव कर रहे हैं। तो अगर आपका डिजाइन ऑप्टिमाइज्ड हो तो यू सेव मनी, यू डोंट हैव टू स्पेंड, आप लोग ज्यादा स्पेंड करने की जरूरत नहीं है। सेकेंडली, आप उसमें एयर रिवॉल्व करा रहे हैं बिल्डिंग फिजिक्स के साथ, ठीक है, वार्म एयर ऊपर जाएगी, कोल्ड एयर अंदर आएगी, तो आपकी ब्रीथिंग वॉल्स हो गई। मैंने जहां ये रैट ट्रैप बॉन्ड लगाया है, ऑटोमेटिकली से वॉल से आपकी एफिशिएंसी 30% पे चली गई है। एंड आई हैव सेव्ड मटेरियल, लेबर अगर ₹1 देकर आई हैव सेव्ड 30% ऑफ द मटेरियल, कॉस्ट ऑफ द मटेरियल। इट्स अ विन विन सिचुएशन फॉर मी एंड माय क्लाइंट। तो
और
रैट ट्रैप
उसको
बॉन्ड
जिब्रान
ये
साहब,
छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं जो आप
absolutely,
इंप्लीमेंट कर रहे
बिल्कुल
हैं।
सही।
आप
जिब्रान
छत
साहब,
को
हम
व्हाइट पेंट कर दें, रिफ्लेक्शन
बहुत
बढ़
प्यारी
जाएगी,
बात,
एब्जॉर्प्शन कम हो
बहुत
जाएगी,
प्यारी बात
ट्रांसमिटेंस खत्म हो जाएगी।
जी। और मैं लास्ट एक और ऐड करूँ, सॉरी बस मैडम, हम गए थे उनके पास, जैसे गिलास मैन्युफैक्चर, आर वैल्यू यू वैल्यू की सर बात करेंगे, हम गए थे नो, वो कहते हैं बताएं हम बनाए थे। अच्छा, हमारे जो है ना मैन्युफैक्चर का पोटेंशियल है, वो कहते हैं यार हमें डिमांड नहीं आती, हम आपकी खातिर स्पेशल यूनिट, हाँ अगर डिमांड है इंडस्ट्री में हम तो कर सकते हैं,
yeah,
मटेरियल की
yeah.
बन सकता है पाकिस्तान में। सो नाउ द थिंग इज अवेयरनेस। अब हम इसकी अवेयरनेस, जो जिब्रान साहब ने कहा, अब हमें एजुकेट करना, लोगों को बताना है, और ये चीजें पाकिस्तान में बन सकती हैं। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बहुत पोटेंशियल है पाकिस्तान में, सब बनेगा पाकिस्तान
और
में इंशाल्लाह।
असद साहब, वहां पे देखे ना, एकेडेमिया और जो जिब्रान कोट कर रहे हैं एग्जाम्पल, वो जनरली एक एक्सेप्टेंस है ऑफ वोकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशंस जो अनफॉर्चुनेटली पाकिस्तान में नहीं आई। हमारे पास कोई कंस्ट्रक्शन की, ग्रीन कंस्ट्रक्शन की, एंड बुशरा यू विल एग्री विद दिस, कि आपने आर्किटेक्चर में उसको पढ़ा, किताब पे पढ़ा, बट प्रैक्टिकली इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए यू हैव टू फिगर आउट रिसोर्सेज ऑन योर ओन। और जब हम वोकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशंस की जो बात कर रहे हैं, जो जिब्रान बात कर रहे हैं ना, कि द ब्रिक लेइंग टेक्निक दैट्स बीन टॉट एज वोकेशनल करिकुलम्स, और ग्रीन बिल्डिंग के वोकेशनल करिकुलम्स हैं जो कि ज़्यादा एक्सपेंसिव भी नहीं है। और वहाँ पे ही फिर वही वाली बात है कि हमने जाना जो है वो छोटी पहाड़ी पे जाएं, बेशक दैट्स फाइन, बट हम कहते हैं जब तक केटू की टोटी पे नहीं जाना तो वो तब तक बात नहीं बननी। But let's start conquering the smaller, I think, mountains as well, and that would really, make the difference. I am getting a lot of messages from from my colleague who's saying कि Noor, 90 minutes हमने करने थे, but see how time goes when we are discussing on topics that all of us are really passionate about. असद साहब, आपकी फोटो चली गई, असद महमूद साहब. I was just coming around to you for quick closing remarks, sir, and then we'd like to thank all the speakers. जी.
हाँ जी, ये है कि जी बस उम्मीद की रोशनी जो है वो कायम दायम रहनी चाहिए। आप सबका बहुत शुक्रिया। यू शेयर्ड योर बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस विद ऑल ऑफ अस। एक और चीज़ जो अली साहब कैपिटल स्मार्ट सिटी के कंटेक्स्ट में मैं जो शायद वो जिक्र नहीं कर सके, वो था कि दिस इज़ द सोसाइटी which has got the ISO certifications which are attributed towards the smart cities. सो इन टर्म्स ऑफ ESG रिपोर्टिंग जब भी बात करते हैं हम पाकिस्तान में, तो ESG रिपोर्टिंग के अंदर आपके ISO स्टैंडर्ड्स का एक बड़ा क्लीदी रोल है। सोशल गवर्नेंस एलिमेंट्स को भी देखें तो आज नहीं तो कल हमने इन सारी चीज़ों को कहीं ना कहीं इन सारे मोतियों को इकट्ठा करना है। तो जितने भी हमारे हर एक लर्न स्पीकर ने अपनी अपनी बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस बताई, गवर्नेंस एस्पेक्ट से, सोशल एस्पेक्ट से, लैंड होल्डिंग साइज के जी 10 मरले 5 मरले, ताकि एक आम बंदा, एक आम मिडिल क्लास फैमिली भी जो है वो एक घर खरीद सके, एक हाई फैसिलिटी भी, उसको हाई एंड फैसिलिटी भी मिले। तो आई थिंक कि लॉट ऑफ गुड थिंग्स एंड ऑप्टिमिज्म इज देयर, and with this positive spirit, I think as we are planning to have in-person sort of joint meetup of all the different stakeholders on the ESG thing, we are definitely going to break that wall and barrier, which are bringing in impediments towards smooth journey of sustainability. So I'll just stop over here.
Thank you so much, Asad Saab. Thank you so much, gentlemen and lady. Such a wonderful conversation. बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला, बहुत कुछ जानने को मिला. I am sure कि जो हम awareness की बात कर रहे हैं, that we'll start off by, all of you contributing on a Sunday. I greatly appreciate this. Sayyid Jibran Saab, Asad Yusuf Saab, Muhammad Ali Nasir Saab, Imran Saab, Bushra Saiba, उस्मान साहब, असद साहब मेरी टीम का हिस्सा है, सो उनका भी बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. उस्मान साहब को मैंने रोक के रखा था 3-4 मिनट के लिए. I wasn't letting him go anywhere. But thank you so much everybody. We do these sessions क्योंकि हम चाहते हैं कि जो सेक्टर फोकस्ड कन्वर्जेशंस और आप लोगों की बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस हैं वो सामने आए. सो बहुत मशकूर टू द लाइव पार्टिसिपेंट्स एज वेल. Numan, thanks to you also for being here, virtually present, and we hope and pray that जिस तरह असद साहब ने कहा कि हम ये कन्वर्जेशंस कैरी ऑन करते रहें, इन पर्सन भी, रेगुलेटर के साथ भी, और जो डिफरेंट स्टेक होल्डर ग्रुप्स हैं सबके साथ. सो बहुत शुक्रिया जी. थैंक यू सो मच. हैव अ वंडरफुल रेस्ट ऑफ द इवनिंग, नाइट. टेक केयर जी. अल्लाह हाफिज.
Thank you, Nirman. Thank you, everybody. It's good to
Thank
connect
you.
with you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brown
Take
Network.
care.
Allah
Have a
Hafiz.
nice
Thank you
day.
very much. Allah Hafiz.